The Painful Excellence Podcast.
Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. There's a Painful Excellence Podcast. Come on in, have a seat. Like and share the video. Smash my like button. Share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us. And Miguel is code for the machine that doesn't like when I speak truth in reference to my community and truth about a certain demographic that they represent and certain individual that they have a crush on. But one thing they'll never call me is a liar. So let's do this roll call real quick. Patrick, salute, brother. Mark Wunderlich, my brother, salute. Utah in the building. Brother Reef, Showtime Majors, CB Sports, Derek Gaines, the legend, Sam Mack, King Fuses, Hollywood Leon, Shaquilla, Rod Neal, my brother, LeBron, Broken Traditions in the building. Go subscribe to my fam right there. Acondo, my brother, salute. I miss you to chat. Know that I love you. Come on in, have a seat. This is actually an open dialogue. It's an open dialogue because maybe you'll feel different. But I got questions. I know how I do. Pep Talk, episode 417. Black Gun Owners Magazine, salute. Here's my question. The black community in the LA riots. Do we get involved or do we mind our black business? I'm asking. Is this our problem? I'm just asking. Universal truth, salute. I'm just asking. I'm asking a question. Is this our problem? Or should we mind our black business? King Fusion says it's a difficult one. Go Cree, salute, Queen. Says it's a difficult one. I'm not torn. I just want to hear what you guys have to say before I Yeah, I agree, LeBron. We got to sit this one out because history tells me to sit my ass out. I'm dead serious, man. Andrew says not our problem. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. And I'm explaining why. This isn't hatred. This isn't racism. This isn't bigotry, although we're victims of that. But we have a bunch of friends that we like to side with when they're being wronged. You know, I even saw a bunch of brothers jumping up and down when the Ukraine started having bombs fall on the top of their head. And there was one brother that threw a mic and a camera in front of him. He was talking about he wanted to go over there and fight with them. I said, are you crazy? They're literally Nazis in the Ukraine. I am not kidding. Literally Nazis. What the F you? That is not your, that is their white war. I'm being honest, man. That ain't got what those white men are doing over there. I ain't got nothing to do with any of that. I'ma mind my black-owned business. No, thank you. I'm good. Y'all, I don't know what's going on. I don't speak that language. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And y'all know I like to keep it so simple over here. I'm not gonna get into the Bible and government. No, I keep it very simple. When George Floyd died calling for his mama with that white knee on his neck, the world was in shock, but not Russia and the Ukraine. UK went crazy. You remember when Anthony Joshua stood on business and all that brother said was we need to support black businesses. He was talking to the West Indian communities over there. That's all he said. He didn't say kill Whitey. He didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of that. And do you remember the backlash he got? I did a whole live stream on it. And I said, Eddie Hearn need to stand on business and tell his people, you'll fall back. There's nothing wrong with him standing in the pocket for his people. And they started wishing AJ to lose. And I'm like, wow. And I like that term, LeVon, tribalism. Tribalism is okay for everyone else until we exercise it. Y'all don't notice that? We see it in boxing. It's okay for everyone to come over here and wave a Puerto Rican flag, a Mexican flag, an Italian flag, and these motherfuckers be born here. Their grandparents, they're like second or third generation American, Mexican, American, Italian, American, whatever. Puerto Ricans are American, but whatever. They're born here, Manhattan, Bronx, Argentina, but they wave their grandparents' flag. And that's okay when you go to the fight. So they have a parade over here. That's okay. I don't got no problem with it. But the second we go to a fight and say, I'm support Shane Mosley, I'm gonna support Floyd Mayweather, I'm gonna support Devin Haney, I'm gonna support any black. Oh, you're just doing it because he's black. Yeah, so what is your problem? What is your problem? So what? It's only a problem when we practice tribalism. Now here we have a situation where when the Don was running for his presidency, there was a group running around saying Latinos for Trump. I didn't say anything. I said, oh, look at that. That's strange. It was very strange. But I minded my business. I didn't say anything. Now, why are y'all shocked that he got in office and he's doing what he's doing? Why are you shocked? Did you really think that the bullseye would be off your face, not on your back, off your face, because you voted for him? Did you really think that? Latinos for Trump. Listen, do you know how those folk behave? Do you look at those folks' history in the world on this planet? Think about it. The Americas, from Alaska all the way through Mexico, it was red ground. How on earth did it become the white man's land? Please explain. Mexicans, I don't know much about your heritage, but I know why you speak Spanish. I know why. You were ransacked just like Africa was. Please don't play yourself. It's amazing. Some of you Latinos and Asians, why do you come here in America and feel, and I heard in the UK too, why do y'all feel y'all have white privilege? What's going on with you? Felix Tejerina, the man in the back right there. Do y'all know about him? Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. The LULAC president. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all know about that? I did a show on him before. Boxer Fan Times 4, he says, let them Latinos for Trump dealing with it. Hey, I'm asking a question. There might be some Negroes that say, hey, man, you know, black and brown got to stick together. Let me know. Let me know. I'm just asking a question. How do you feel? Tad Lawson in that super chat, he said, waving a foreign flag while burning the American flag on American soil is an act of treason. Guess who will be accused of treason if black Americans get involved? Thank you. I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking. This ain't got nothing to do with us. My opinion, if you disagree with what I'm saying, I'll drop a link. You can pull up and state your case. Should we sit this one out? Because I heard a lot of negativity. Now listen. I'm not saying this was all Mexicans. I'm not. I'm really not. And this is an attack on Mexico. It's not. I'm just saying, man, when George Floyd was murdered, correct me if I'm wrong, were they marching with us? Because here's the reality, man. I don't look for any ethnicity to march with us when something happens to us. I really don't. I really don't. If you did, that's fine. But I really don't. I don't look for anybody Latino, even the black Dominicans, the black Panamanians, the black Mexicans, the black Mexicans, the black Mexicans that they so conveniently don't want you to know about. But don't worry, I got you.
This is the Danza de los Diablos, or the Dance of the Devils. It's performed on South Mexico's Pacific coast, the region with the country's largest concentration of Afro-Mexicans.
No es de la África la danza.
These dances don't come from Africa, they are Mexican, but these instruments are African and we make them ourselves. Now the black people have united with the local culture and mixed with the local people along this coast, and we multiplied, and there are now many black people here.
This country is home to more than 1 million Afro-Mexicans, yet these are marginalised and often forgotten communities. They represent around 1% of the national population. Mexico's 2020 census is the first ever to include Afro-Mexican as an ethnic category. Mexico's legacy of slavery began hundreds of years ago.
Pero ellos estaban.
The slaves in Mexico were in the places where there was mining. This town was founded around the year 1800, most likely by fugitive slaves who escaped to the coastal regions where they could survive on what they found here.
Forma de sobrevivir.
Today, that original African culture still exists in a state dominated by indigenous tradition.
Yet this stretch of coastline between Oaxaca and Guerrero states is an impoverished part of the country. There's not much tourism here, and local industry doesn't extend far beyond fishing and agriculture. Yet few black Mexicans leave to seek better opportunities, and those who do find the wider country not very welcoming.
Indeed, for Rosa Hernandez, the lead councillor of Santo Domingo Armenta, the Afro-Mexican experience is isolating.
Sí creo que somos una parte muy mínima.
We're a vast minority in this country, so that's why many people have never heard of us. They think we're from another country. They don't consider you to be Mexican simply because you're black. But we are Mexicans, and it's only fair that they recognize us, that they value us as much as anyone else.
As the Black Lives Matter movement around the world seeks change and equality for Black Mexico, the challenge for these communities is still at the point of showing they exist.
So I just wanted to show you guys that, and I see y'all in the chat. Salute to y'all. Just want to show you guys that. A lot of y'all didn't even know that black Mexicans existed. A lot of y'all didn't know that. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We're everywhere. There's black, bro. There's a family of Cubans that live around me. You would never know that they were Cubans, and they're black as night, like Guillermo Rigondeaux. They're black as night, and they speak perfect English. I almost fell out the damn seat when I heard them talking Spanish. I said, where y'all from? They said, Panama. My mom's from Panama. Well, both of their parents from Panama. Their dad died. They are black as night. So now, if they treat, and Run Shawshank, salute. If they treat their black people in their country like that, they don't want you to know that. See now, you see this dude right here? Y'all remember this guy? You see this dude? Eric Jordan, salute in the Strong House. Well, part of the Pep Pack, salute. You see this guy? He got a chip on his shoulder. But if you ask him about the Negroes in his country, he might deny it. He might say that they're low life and lazy and scum, and that's why we don't acknowledge them. That's what he might tell you. That's what he might tell you, man. So never forget the topic of the show. My question is, should we sit this one out? This is not an LA problem. I literally heard Mexicans here talking about, oh, you think it's funny what they're doing to us? Y'all next. I don't think so. I've been here for generations. As a matter of fact, I voted for Cornel West. Cut me the check. He was talking about reparations, man. He was talking about reparations. That's who got my vote. Get out of here, man. Trump did not get my vote. I knew what he was going to do, but I saw Latinos for Trump. I'm like, whoa. Really? Felix Tejarina. Let me read you a little bit about him. And I quote, let the Negro fight his own battles, declared by Felix Tejarina, the Mexican-American civil rights activist. Civil rights activist.
Wow.
Civil rights activist said this in Texas. And the national president of the League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC, 1957, Tejarina was responding to a suggestion by some LULAC colleagues that Mexican Americans ally themselves with African Americans. The Negroes' problems are not mine, he retorted. I do not want to ally with them. 13 years later, Reverend D. Leon Everett, the lone black member of the Houston School Board and the leader of the local chapter of the National Association for Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. NAACP, for those of you that don't know, expressed pessimism over the possibility for black-brown unity after a Mexican-American youth told him that we do not want to go to school with blacks because they are dirty. As a black man, I will join any group of oppressed people, he declared, but when that group employs the same form of discrimination that I have been up against all these years, I will cut them loose. Everett proved just as susceptible to the monolithic view, denouncing Mexican Americans in Masse, as he too declared, let them fight their own battles. Now let me stop right there for a minute. You hear this?
I do.
Now I'm reading this, and y'all didn't know that there was a whole community of black Mexicans. They are suppressed so deep. The only Mexican you know looks like Julio Cesar Chavez and this motherfucker right here I have on the screen.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask you, in Los Angeles, is this your situation? Because it seems that everybody looks for us. Black is not even a color. I'm not going to get into Matlow's law. Anything lighter than the darkest person on this planet is recessive, but I don't want to get into Matlow's law. Matlow's law. Not going to get into any of that. But what I'm asking you is, what's going on? Is this a self-inflicted wound? Is this our problem? Before I play this video, Healer, my brother, your thoughts?
Salute. Hey, peace, love, and blessings to everyone.
Yes, sir.
We come from a place of factual history, not hate, not disrespect. Just want to clarify that.
Right. It's not hate.
There's a lot that can be said, but I think we can gradually let it unfold instead of like letting it all out at once. But the first thing I want to say is this: the fact that people say black and Mexicans is very telling indeed, because the last time I checked, many places in Mexico are actually named after African things.
Yes, they
according to a white man, because since we're being racist, we're going to go with the almighty white man. His word is law in white supremacy. No one cares, right? Leo Werner, a German linguist and botanist. This man took a trip to South America and he was like, yo, how come these plants and these boats are all African names? And he did some digging and he found 400 years before Columbus, black people were here. In fact, they left artifacts. They left statues and they left paintings on the wall. History will testify to the fact that the first people in Mexico were black and they didn't disappear. When the Spaniards came to take over Mexico, they sent a black man named Juan Garrido to do it for them. The Spaniards didn't come to Mexico and destroy the Mexicans. It was a black dude and his army. And then they came in. So the first president of Mexico was a black man. Mexico has always been a colored, it's a combination of the natives, which the first natives were black people. There's an Olmec statue called El Negro for a reason. The Olmecs were the first, and they built pyramids in Mexico. They were then succeeded by the Aztecs and eventually the Mexica, and then you had the Spaniards. The natives were, for the most part, killed off, but there's some remnants of them. Those are the true Mexican, right? Everyone else is Hispanic conquistador descendants, inbred with white, black, and native. So this man actually has a little bit of black, but it's telling that they completely exclude black from being a part of the identity of what is Mexico. And more to that point, a lot of people who are Mexican came to Mexico in the late 1800s, early 1900s, like Mauricio Suleiman. They're Middle Eastern. A lot of you Mexicans are actually European transplants, like Canelo.
So why do they always look for us for a lifeline?
Because if you study the history of, let me take you into a little bit of Jamaican history real quick. In Jamaica, when the Spaniards ruled Jamaica, they called it Santiago, Little Israel, for translation. They called it Little Israel. But when the Spaniards ruled, the British came through, and the British started whooping the Spaniards. So the Spaniards, guess what they did? Take a guess. They fled to Cuba and left the blacks to fight for them.
Of course.
They left the blacks to fight for them, and two groups of blacks came out of this. And they eventually, that's why there's no Spaniards left in Jamaica, because they fled to Cuba and left niggas to fight their battle. It's kind of a historic thing. Even when they came to take over Mexico, like I said, they always send in black people to do their battle. In Florida, when the British fought the Spaniards for control over Florida, they sent the blacks to do their work, bro.
Unbelievable. Let me go to my brother Eric Jordan in that super chat. Salute, man. He said, "This is why us FBA minded, only FBA business." Salute. Back in that super chat, he says, "This have been a big ass problem for a very long time. So I don't blame Trump standing on business, and this ish could have been prevented if my state comply." Amen. Amen. This is why I'm having this conversation. Now, they done threw a lot of crap in our face. Every time something happened to us, whether we getting shot in the back, knees on the neck, children getting run up on by police and getting gunned down, all of that stuff happens to us. You know what I've seen them say? They were on drugs. They had a criminal record. They reached too quick. Cops got a hard job. The same thing I see that these crackers say. So I said, well, that's typical of them. I'm gonna mind my business. That I expect that from them, right? And the other ones, and you know how I feel, silence is co-signing. So if they don't tell their people to chill, then it's typical to me. So now they're literally riding on American soil, waving a foreign flag. And some of them are looking to us like, yo, come on, what?
Because everyone knows the racial, listen, my wife said it, every group of immigrants that come here know how to exploit America's racial issues. Yep. So they're just trying to use us to fight their battle.
And I'll have none of it. My brother Trey Will, I had to send you the link, brother. Cook,
hey,
brother.
Salute to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Salute, Trey.
What's up with it, folks? What's good with it, Brody?
Much up, Trey.
I'm gonna paint a picture for y'all. Go back to before the elections and go to TikTok and look at all of these Latinos for Trump dancing, singing, pointing their fingers at, in the whole nine. Matter of fact, go back and look at the murder of George Floyd and Look at how they demonized George Floyd, saying that he died from fentanyl. When you can watch a white man kneel on this man's neck for 9 minutes and 48 seconds, they laughed about it. They joked about it. These are the same people who be online arguing about saying the N-word. These are the same people who talk about, you can't tell us what to say. This is how we talk in New York. This is how we talk in California. This is how we talk. But now you want black people to help you. You want black people to put their bodies on the line after we watch you mock Kamala Harris, after we watch you mock black people in general, after George Zimmerman is still walking around free as a bird after he murdered a 17-year-old black kid, minding his black ass business, going to the store getting some candy and a soda for him and his brother.
Hello.
They're the same ones that sit here and watch us suffer, watch us put our bodies on the line time and time again. And all of these people here, all these fuckers here, they relish in all of these rights and these civil liberties that they got because of the battles of Fannie Lou Hamer, because of the battles of Rosa Parks, because of the battles of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, because of the battles of Huey Newton, and because of the battles of the Black Panthers, because of the battles of all of our brothers and sisters who died before us, because of racism and white supremacy. They literally just sat by and been quiet while the Cubans down in Florida thought they were white, thought they had, because they had a foot in the door at white supremacy, that they were white, that they were excused, they were protected. You see the Cuban lady on the stage, oh, I vote for Mr. Trump, I vote for Mr. Trump. Okay, you voted for him. You got what you asked for. What the fuck you want us to do about it? You want us to go ahead and put our bodies back on the line so you can spit in our face again? Nah, fuck y'all. Y'all got it on your own this time. We setting our black ass at the crib. What we putting on the grill for Juneteenth? What we putting on the grill then? Let's celebrate our freedoms. Let's worry. Black people finally got the message. They got the message. Sit your black ass down. Don't worry about everybody else's struggle. Worry about our own. They fucked our neighborhoods up. They fucked our communities up. They fucked our educational system up. They fucked up everything. They did everything they can to try to make sure black people stay at the bottom of the totem pole. And every time, like Maya Angelou always said, still we rise. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. They can't. And it makes them sick to watch us as black people dominate sports, dominate the educational system. Black women are taking the world by storm in education. Black men are being productive fathers in their kids' life, but they gotta lie about the numbers. Well, you can go actually research the numbers and see that 85% of black fathers are involved in their kids' life. They hate that shit. They like painting that shit. Oh, black people aren't together. Black people always trying to go. They always want to paint out the negative. They black on black crime. There's no such thing as black on black crime. Mexicans kill Mexican people at the same rate that black people kill black people. It's because of proximity, because people are stupid and they love listening to people like Charlie Cook get on looking like a fucking troll wolf, and he'll sit up there with that big ass fucking Beavis and Butthead grin and lie about facts all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And then you have all of these damn Latinos who've been racist before the election, racist after the election, now going to gaslight black people. Oh, why y'all not out here fighting beside us? We've been beside. No, the fuck you haven't. You weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't. You was over here sitting there quiet as a mouse, watching. Hey, I know black. I know black. I know black. I'm Dominican. I know black. Same shit happened on YouTube. You had a goofball sitting here trying to stoke a brown on black war, saying all this lying shit, making all these racist ass memes about the LDBC. We seen it. And all you seen was the Latinos. My channel got banned because of a racist Mexican. Yeah, I Am Ill Will is no more because of a racist Mexican. Let's talk about that. How they were having Klan meetings talking about they wanted to be Nazis on the internet, and YouTube did nothing about it. Let's talk about that.
That's real. That's a real thing. Y'all don't believe me?
It really happened to me. It happened to me.
Bro, hold on. Wait a minute. Funny you said that. Watch this. Funny you said that. He's not making it up. Look at that.
Facts.
Look at that.
On top of
Coco
facts.
Tyler, remember that?
Yep.
He was going in on black people, Jews, Asians. He went in on everybody. It took YouTube forever to take this shit down. I've never heard of a Mexican Nazi in my life, bro. That's what this is. Coco Tyler, remember that?
Facts.
Bruh,
This
I
dude that had
still,
champ size a monkey. This is the guy. And that video was up for like a year. And all we did was flag it and say, yo, what the fuck? These are the dudes that had a live that said, I'll slap that camo do-rag off your head talking about me. It was up forever. And I left it alone. I said, I done flagged this fucker so many times. They like this shit. Eventually, this guy's channel got taken down. I guess a Jewish person had to do it. But these guys went in on everybody. It wasn't only black people. They went in on everybody. On everybody. And I don't know what we had to do to take this shit down. I mean, they were threatening us with violence, bro. I'm dead serious. Look on the lower left-hand side. You see the watermelon on a red, black, and green flag. This was hatred, bro. But if you F-bomb too many times, they'd snatch your channel from you in a heartbeat. So when I make fun of this thing called Miguel, Miguel is a direct representation of an entity that oversees what we do. Every time we talk about Ryan Garcia fucking up or some Latino fucking up, you know what happens? They don't fully monetize my videos, or they start sending zaps. They start zapping my shit. Like they did the champ side today. Like they did the 78 today. You think I'm making it up?
They did it to me today. I had to do 3 videos in order for something to get cracking. And
I'm not making it up. But documentation beats conversation. We have logged all of this. I'm not making it up. They're gonna goof at my shit today. I know they are. And then when we had the knuckle draggers in there, one of which is not here with us anymore. Don't say his name, because listen, time reveals all truth. Dude just dropped dead one day. And he was over there, yo, the LDBC, they don't like me, Coco, because I go where I want to go. And I said, yeah, go over there and don't come back over here. That's all I said.
Facts.
And I blocked them. I said, bro, go over there. You don't hear what they're saying? This isn't about boxing. They're attacking us personally, our ethnicity, and your black ass went over there. Great. Go over there and stay over there. Don't come here. And eventually he dropped dead. I'm not kidding. He just dropped dead one day. I was like, what? Oh, okay. Goodbye. One less nigga we got to deal with on the street. And my boy's in the hood voice. Eric Jordan in that super chat, he says, Trevor, what's your cash app? Bro, put your cash app in the chat.
Hey, salute to Eric Jordan in the cash app. Much appreciation.
For real.
Much love. Yeah, I know I haven't really been live.
I can't see I see Alico. I see this brother on the StreamYard, but for some reason, I can't see him on the goddamn. Bro, hold on a minute. Yo, that is bugged out. Can y'all see him in the chat?
No, you got to go to live chat.
I am. I'm on a live chat. Don't see him on both my channels. Can y'all see him?
I see him.
Where? On which page?
He's on your main channel.
Bro, I do not see him.
I see him.
Prince, okay, there he go. That's crazy.
He's right under Prince Savage right now.
All right, I got him now. That's wild. All right, I got him now. Okay, awesome. I got you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, Terrence Bailey, salute, man. Salute. So I'm gonna play. This is old, but when they started rounding people up, of course, you know, people clown. People clown, they do memes and everything, and you know, black people, they clown everything. And I don't know what he's in his feelings about, because every time something happens to a black person, we got to tell black people, calm down. Not everything's a fucking joke. Because they give it to each other. So this dude gets in his feelings, all the way in his feelings, and this is what he had to say to us.
I have seen a lot of videos of black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen black people make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people, they have Salvadorian people, they have Guatemalan people, they have Nicaraguan people, and a whole bunch of other countries that are.
So somebody says Mexicans stick together. Don't they have one of the highest murder rates in the world? Well, I guess they do. But as you can see, he's lumping everyone that speaks Spanish into one pot. Into one pot. That's what he's doing. And that's perfectly fine. Because you know what? We understand. We understand. But I'm going to let him talk. Go ahead.
Are willing to join forces with the Mexican people. Black people. What makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help?
Pause. Let me answer that. Let me answer that one.
Yep, go right ahead.
Let me answer that one. Because when Mexico first got independence and became Mexico, like as we know it, the president was black, and he actually called for Black Americans to come to Mexico. In fact, many blacks fled to Mexico to escape slavery and fight for Mexican independence. Because when they wanted to take over Mexico, they called on Juan Garrido, a black man, because historically that's what you do. Because there's something called civil rights and you benefit from it. Because right after civil rights, 1965, immigration opened up. They advertise and welcome more immigrants so that they can disperse the rights that blacks won in the civil rights movement.
Now, here, let me say this. While we were fighting for civil rights, they were fighting for the right to be white.
Yep.
And I just read
Mikey Garcia tells you that.
Mikey Garcia, when he went to the hospital and he released his forms, everyone said, wait a minute, when it says ethnicity, why the fuck does it say white?
Yep.
And that was the joke. I just wanted to see if he was okay. And I looked and I said, it says white. I said, okay, whatever. I didn't say anything. Everyone else did. I said, okay, so now the Pandora's box is open. It says white. Mikey Garcia.
But you look, bro. He looks native.
If you throw a headdress on him, he looks like a Native American.
Seriously, he has an Aztec look to him. Like, you should be the pride of what it is to be Mexican.
What the? He speaks Spanish, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? What are you? You're not white. What are you doing? But this historically, this is what we dealt with. They're Mexican. But if some Klansmen come up in there and say we're only hanging the black and brown people, he gonna say I'm white. He gonna say I'm white because it says it on his medical record. I said, is this photoshopped or whatever? Did someone use an app to do this? They said no. Mexicans, and I was reading it on Instagram. Mexicans, some of these guys consider themselves white. That's the truth. So, in what universe, knowing all of this, first of all, I wasn't offended by what this dude said because I know that's how they feel. I'm like, so? If a blonde-haired, blue-eyed comes in and sits down and has a swastika tattoo on his shoulder and he's looking at you, waiting for you to say something, you already know what it is. So when this fair-skinned, green-eyed Mexican gets up here and gets on his TikTok to vent, I already know what time it is. Bruh, I don't care. I don't even feel for your struggle. Because I know how a bulk of you feel about us. There's so many. Do you know what the prison system is? Do you know that a Mexican can't share a cell with a black person? That's like a rule they have. It's a rule. They set those rules. Why the fuck we gotta be the only people that gotta bend and twist and listen, we are the most kind and most peaceful people on this planet. We always want to make friends and show our dances and why can't we be like this and join hands and we shall overcome. Man, listen, I fucks with Dr. King, but I was not cut from that cloth, man.
I ain't either.
I'm not gonna be peacefully marching. You're gonna be throwing bricks and rocks at my head. I'm gonna pick one up and throw that shit at you and your mama. That's how I get down. Don't bother me if I'm peaceful.
Hey, Drew, you want to hear something wild, bro?
Go ahead.
The one thing that I can say the Trump administration has done, they erased the fallacy that Latinos had access to white supremacy.
Thank you. And I'm
They
sorry.
showed them.
Who were the Proud Boys, brother? Who were the Proud Boys?
The Proud Boys are a right-wing extremist group that was at the White House violating the law. And they literally have a Latino as the head of the Proud Boys.
I rest my case. The leader of the Proud Boys, was he white?
Nope.
What was he?
He's Latino.
Thank you. See what I mean, y'all? I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. So this dude didn't get me mad. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you. He probably ate off of this. This video probably got 10 million views. Thank you. Good looking out. Appreciate it. And didn't he not just say, we're not alone. We got Ecuadorians. We got Nicaraguans. And, okay, cool. Cool. You got all of them. He said that. He said that. Him.
The name of the leader of the Proud Boys is Enrique Tarrio.
The nigga's
and he's
name's
Afro-Latina. He's Afro-Latina.
That is ridiculous. Afro-Latino, which means he's one of them dark-skinned niggas.
Yep. He look like one of us. If we were all standing beside each other and couldn't say a word, he looks just like all of us.
And he's a tool. They use him just to get to where he wasn't just to get to where he was.
Hey, just like that goofball who pretended like he was in a car accident that he caused and lied on YouTube to get money from people. Yeah, just like that motherfucker.
Yeah,
and I ain't gonna disgrace your channel by saying his bitch ass name either.
Yeah, well, you know, we were all here. We were all here, and
you know.
I'm letting
the same one that was caught riding motherfucking Tia Capo Lopez with his racist ass.
I'm gonna let you, but you know what though? Time reveals all truth. I'm just letting it play out because you see what's happening.
That's a fact.
Just let it ride out.
Let it ride out. Fact, dog.
Check your Cash App, brother. Eric Jordan just sent you a little something.
Hey, salute to you, Eric Jordan, in the Cash App, man. Thank you, man.
So I'm gonna continue to play with this clown said.
What for? Y'all black people can't even help yourselves. That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together. They make it work. That's the total opposite of a black person. You want to call me racist? Go right ahead. I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us.
And let me go on record to say this is not all. This guy does not speak for all Mexicans.
Nope.
He does not. This guy does not speak for all Nicaraguans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans. He don't speak for all of them. This dude is just frustrated. And I'm going to tell you something else that's a fact. When those riots started, don't be fucking surprised. Because I saw a cop breaking down in tears, a Latino cop. And he said something that I believe 100%. That man said the riot started by some skateboarders wearing a bunch of masks, and he firmly believes those were white boys.
It's always them.
It's always them. It's always them.
When those protests went down after George Floyd got murdered and Mike Brown got murdered, like the people who were out there protesting, the black people that were out there in the streets protesting, were peacefully protesting. The ones looting, the ones destroying properties, shooting into the police stations, setting shit on fire, were white boys, the Boogaloo Boys. They're right-wing leaning too. They're a terrorist organization as well. So they were out here trying to instigate shit and blame it on the black folks.
You know what was interesting?
Hey, Drew, one more thing, Drew. If you go back in history, there was a senator from from Mississippi named Charles Caldwell. And Charles Caldwell, back in 1870, tried to have a pretty much come to Jesus moment where bring everybody together and we all try to be unified. And we all, because we're all poor and struggling, we all come together. And it was literally him being good, and all of the black people showed up with no weapons. They all came to talk and try to work things out to make things great for everybody. Guess what happened? The white people showed up with guns and killed people.
See?
It's been going on for forever in a day, dog.
Do you remember right before the riots start, I forget whether it was Mike Brown or George Floyd. Magically, there were neatly stacked piles of bricks, and there was no construction going on. And they were like systematically placed in different parts of the city. And people were looking like, what the fuck is that doing there? Do you remember the white couple riding through there was a video, a white couple, an old white couple riding through the streets. And they stopped these black kids and they gave them some bricks. They say, yo, here. And the woman ran up and said, yo, don't take that shit. They was like, yo, who are you? Why are you giving them bricks? And they drove off. It was all over Instagram. I said, oh, shit, look at that. They were just walking through the street, not doing nothing. And here, take a brick.
Hey, there's another video of some white people painting on some buildings, breaking windows, and a black woman that was out, just happened to be out there. She said, oh, no, don't y'all do that shit. Y'all ain't gonna blame us for this. And guess what the media did? The media blamed the black folks for it.
They sure did. They sure did. So that officer who was in tears because he's a Latino American and he's a cop and he actually lives in the neighborhood that he patrols, which I encourage. And he was talking to the black and brown people with tears in his eyes. He was talking about his mama and everything else. But one thing he pointed out, he said, please don't tear down the neighborhood that we live in. And then he said, you know what? The mass skateboarders did that shit. He saw it. And he says, I know for a fact that those were some white boys. You see, these crackers use every excuse to turn up. They agitate situations. And they never show their goddamn face. And they run off, and that opens up Pandora's box. And this is why I need black and brown people not to be followers and say, okay, I ain't doing that shit. They ridiculed us and cut us down after what you call it in the 90s? What's his name? Rodney King. And they said, man, black people tearing up their own neighborhood. Remember that? Well, ain't that what's happening now?
Yep.
They're tearing up their own neighborhood.
But
here's the thing. A lot of them are not even supposed to be here. Because ICE was up there trying to deport their ass. And they were like, oh, no, we're not leaving. And they're waving on American soil. You're waving a Mexican flags talking about we ain't leaving. I'm telling you, don't do this shit.
Correct.
You're not following ICE rules. You think Trump fucking with y'all? The next step, he gonna start, bro.
Sending y'all with him.
He gonna start. He got the Marines there now. Somebody gonna get mowed down, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not gonna win this.
But Drew, the thing is, what people don't know, and that's the reason why I do what I do now, is because so many of our people don't know shit about politics, don't know how nothing works, and they don't know laws and stuff we have on the books that prevent stuff from like this happen, checks and balances. But they don't understand that Trump is removing all checks and balances, like Doge. Doge wasn't here to save waste. They was here to remove oversight so that they can do what they want. That's what they're doing right now. But we tried to tell you, but you still wouldn't listen because you were too busy trying to appease these white supremacists and these racists. And you thought you was looking your nose down on us when you was looking your nose down on yourself. And now you got you to thank for that. And that's the thing that people don't worry about. Like Posse Comitatus stops the military from using force against civilians. And Posse Comitatus was passed in 1878, and there's been nobody really here to really use that or enforce. And they back in the day when they used Posse Comitatus and actually federalized the military to actually come on U.S. soil, they used it because those racist ass white people didn't want little black kids going to school to learn. That says more about them than it does about us. So who's the real savages?
That is wild, man.
Like remember Ruby Bridges?
Yes, I do.
The little 7-year-old girl being escorted to class by a National Guardsman?
Yeah.
That woman is still alive and she has an Instagram page. She's 70 years old. She's still very much alive. Like, y'all, you got to think about it. That Garcia guy from Maryland, they deported. They illegally deported, lied about it, said they made a mistake. Then now they finally got him back to the country, and now they just brought up all kind of bullshit ass charges on him, trying to say he was a human trafficker. Now they ain't gonna stick in court. They know it ain't. They just did that to try to make Trump look like a tough guy. But these people did not listen to us at all. We've been through this. Like everything Trump and this administration is doing now, they already done to black folks in America. There ain't nothing that America can do that can surprise me now.
Hey, but you ask this motherfucker, he knows our history better than us.
Bullshit.
We was telling him, yo, bro, don't do it. Don't vote for this guy. And their arrogance say, you know what? We don't need black people. We got it under control. We're gonna vote for Trump because they don't like him. And he started kicking grandma out the country. Not you, because this dude is a citizen, but grandma's not.
But they don't care now.
Not.
They don't care now. They deporting citizens now, bro. They don't care. Trump is deporting citizens, American fucking citizens. He's deporting them left and right. They don't care. They don't care. These dudes, these white boys, the white supremacists from the Proud Boys, the 3%ers, the Boogaloo Boys, all of these right-leaning neo-Nazi fascist groups that were at January 6th, that got pardoned. These boys are out here in these camo fatigues with these New Balances on, with their face mask on, going out here grounding up little kids at a 5-year-old's birthday party, throwing tear gas at them. That's who's out here doing that. These ain't police officers. These people ain't even trained. You can tell they ain't, because they get scared when they get cornered. Then they start calling in the military. That's why the Marines, which the Marines should even be out there. They wasted $134 million just letting the Marines sleep in federal buildings on the floor. They can't do anything. National Guard can't do anything. They went over the governor, they went over the mayor, and they brought in the National Guard for nothing. Nothing but a publicity show just to create chaos. So they can have all of us talking about everything except that big, beautiful scam they trying to ram down the throat of Americans so that we can be more poor. So we can have more crime. Because you know what comes with crime? Poverty. Poverty is the reason why black people commit crimes. Because they stripped us from everything. This is what people don't understand. This is why I talk politics now. Because our people lack knowledge and we need it. We need more people learning about politics, learning about the real history of this country, or else we're all going to be doomed to repeat history. Just like we're repeating history now. The same thing that happened during the days of Martin Luther King is happening right now. But it's only happening to Latinos now. Because Trump know what'll happen if he try this shit with us. They know. We already built for it tough. We done been through this shit. There ain't nothing you can do to us to scare us. We already know better. Ask Target. Target knows. Target seen when they fucked around and found out. When they removed all those black owners from their shelves, we removed our black dollars from their fucking markets. And now they're damn near bankrupt. This is what happens. And that same Mexican dude sitting in his car with his bobblehead ass talking about blacks don't stick together. Well, where y'all at though? Why didn't y'all stick together and listen and understand that Donald Trump was a fucking fascist and he's a racist and he don't like y'all dirty asses? What happened then when he was chatting, build that wall for your people? What happened when he lost 1,500 kids down at the border the first time he was in office? What happened when he had Mexican babies down at the border in fucking little silver little blankets looking like tortillas down at the border? What happened? Y'all forgot? Y'all got amnesia? They forgot what Trump tried to do with his first administration. And these people came up here, now they thinking, oh, I'm grand now because you had 4 years of Joe Biden rebuilding an economy that Donald Trump crashed after the pandemic. They thought they were grandiose. They smelled themselves. You know what I mean? You know how old people say you smelled yourself? You smelled yourself. You smelled yourself. You know what I mean? But you want to know something wild though? Elon Musk is an illegal immigrant. Elon Musk came over here on a student visa. Never went to school. Started his businesses. Got rich. And now all of a sudden, now he's not an illegal anymore. What happened?
What the fuck happened there?
You know what I mean? What happened? But nobody talks about that shit. You know why? Because money talks. Bullshit runs a marathon.
Salute
look, you got one in the chat. Lindsay Hobson don't know what the hell they talking about. Every Republican president in the history of my lifetime, and I'm 46 years old, all the way from Jimmy Carter all the way up until now, every Republican president has crashed the economy. They caused a recession or a damn Great Depression. Every one of them. And I promise you, Lindsay, you don't want to go facts with me. And you'll lose horribly. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up. And listen when grown people talking.
Let me get to this Cash App real quick. I'll let you get back to it. Eric Jordan in that in that Cash App. He said Miguel stuck a lot of burrito in homes for the bukkake.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Bukkake. You're not going to play the rest of this goofball stuff, are you? Because it was pretty infuriating.
Yeah, he said Miguel is see, we ain't saving the sellout for no goddamn 304. Salute, Eric Jordan, man. Much love, man. What's fucked up is they couldn't look at what was done to us. They couldn't look at what was done to us and say, hey, man, that could be us because we ain't white. Because they following in the footsteps of the path that Felix Tijerina set. Our fight is not their fight. They stayed away from us. They might have partied with us. They might have broken bread with us, a little something. But at the end of the day, they think that they're different. And this is the difficulty that they have because they thought they had white privilege. And now instead of focusing on what you got, this bald-headed freak gets on here and thinks he's telling us a thing or two. And this was way before all of this. This was last year, y'all. Things have gotten progressively worse. I think this might have been before. Was this a little after Trump got in office or before? But this was 2024. I don't recall.
Before he got in office.
It was before he got in office?
Yeah.
So has anyone gone and checked this guy's TikTok lately?
He probably deported by now.
Yeah, probably.
What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
Pause.
Is it working?
Hold up.
Dude, is it working?
Hold up. Should I handle this one? Not if we beat you.
Popcorn out. I'm watching.
Is it working now?
I don't know.
I'm just asking. I'm asking as a black man. Is it working?
I don't see shit. I see them tearing up.
Wait. Let me let you in on something. On some military. You know what? You might even know more than me. You know more military history than me. Listen, you're not. If it's USA all the way, black people are pretty patriotic. A lot of black people are really patriotic and love America. I don't know if y'all know that. And if what he's saying, you're bordering like a takeover. You know what I mean? Because right now, if Trump said, we marching on you because, you keep violating our border, we gonna march on you because, it's hostility, you keep crossing our, we're marching on you. You realize that we're going to come black people are going to be in that military too, right? And you're not beating us. Like, you're not beating us at all.
Lindsay, you still gonna try to argue me down like you think you know what you're talking about. I'm 46, you may be 49, but you still don't know what the fuck you talking about. Name one Democratic president that crashed the economy. Because let's go over the ones in my lifetime, like I said. Jimmy Carter, one of the best presidents we had, done a whole lot for everybody. He never crashed the economy. That's one Democrat. Bill Clinton had a surplus when he left office. For George W. Bush to come into office and run the economy, sink the housing market and the automobile market, sunk that. Then Trump came in and God almighty added $8.4 trillion to the deficit. Then now Trump is on his way right now to spending more money right now in the first 6 months of his presidency than Joe Biden spent in his whole 4 years. So you want to talk again about how you think you know more about politics than me when I study this shit every day? Man, please, go ahead, dog. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, go pick on somebody who don't know their shit. Now, I ain't that guy. You better go learn that. You better go say that misinformation to somebody else and lose a whole bunch of other people over there. We don't give a damn about that shit. Take that shit over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, just don't block nobody. Sometimes things can get a little rough. And that's okay. I'm not in that. If the brother in the chat wants to come up and have a conversation, you're welcome to it. But I don't lose debates because I don't debate things that I'm not educated on. So I mind my
He'll lose
business.
against me big time. He'll lose to me big time, dog. There's been only one Democratic president in history that caused a recession. One.
Smoke and talk, salute. And who's that president, by the way?
Let me see. The one that caused the recession was...
Because I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah, that was long before my lifetime, because that's not what I said. I said in my lifetime, every president that caused the recession was a Republican. Ronald Reagan was terrible. Let's not talk about Nixon. Oh my God.
Jesus
Nixon,
Christ.
Between Nixon, daggone Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and Trump, sweet Jesus, Lord in heaven, you do not want this work.
We lived through Bush number 1 and 2.
Yep. I lived through Jimmy Carter. Reagan.
Carter, I was a baby. We were babies.
I was too.
I was a baby in Reagan. But I do, by the time Nixon was out, I do remember my parents talking a whole lot of shit about him. That I remember.
Bro, this dude Lindsay said Clinton fucked up the economy. This dude literally had a surplus when he left the fucking office, you goofy fuck. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about politics. Shut the fuck up. It's people like you to shut the fuck up when you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I bet you $100 Clinton didn't fuck up the economy. I bet you $100 right now. Say word, Lindsay. If you want me to pull the file, I can, because I got it. Shut the fuck up and listen and learn something.
Well, let me get back to, I don't want to get too far off the topic. I don't want to get too far off it. The topic is the riots in LA. Should we mind our business? And if anybody's in the chat or just listening, does anybody that's black think that we should get involved in this?
Nope.
Maybe you can bring something to my attention that I didn't consider. Is anybody Latino in here that feels that black people should get involved in this? Anybody? Because maybe you can bring something to my attention that I'm not aware of. I'm not beyond being corrected. I'm not beyond I'm not beyond approach. You feel me? I'm not beyond that. So, let me know, because I really don't see it. I really don't see it. Why? Y'all got it, man. That community got it. It's really not my business, and I'm saying that respectfully. I'm saying that respectfully. Really. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that respectfully.
Hey,
Lindsay,
you want me to show you
Lindsay,
the reason why we should
Lindsay.
vote for-
I just threw Lindsay, I just threw you a wrench. Things get rough around here. Don't be like discouraged or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come up here and have a conversation, you're welcome. I just gave you a wrench so nobody block you or whatever. Lindsay, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Like, things could get rough, but it's all good. But I'm just curious, man, to stick to the topic. And this country is no saint. But I can't shake like the Ryan Garcia left hook. Matter of fact, speaking of Ryan Garcia, didn't he say I voted for Trump, but he doesn't agree with what's going on here? Didn't he say something like that recently? How dare you, dude? How dare you? Are you serious, bro? This is the guy that said F all Muslims and F niggers, and I want to resurrect George Floyd and kill him again. That guy? Oh, hell nah, bro. Get out my face. Now, again, what I'm not doing is I'm not putting this on all Mexicans. I'm not. These few, because I'm sure there's Mexicans that are watching this shit in LA that are like, oh, nah, we not supposed to be doing that. Seriously, when I saw the LA riots after the Rodney King shit, I said, yo, turn up, but why you burning up your own neighborhood? That was ridiculous. That's what I say. Now, how are you beefing when, A, you're here illegally, and then you're saying, hell no, we won't go, and you're waving a Mexican flag on American soil? It doesn't make sense. What happened to just going through the process to become a citizen? Is it that difficult? Viva Mexico, but you don't want to go there? You don't want to live there? I mean, seriously. Seriously. Stop.
Hey, Drew,
yeah,
Drew,
go ahead.
You want to know something real bad, bro? Some people in Lindsay, bro, you don't know how laws work. First off, the president don't make laws. He only signs them. That's it. Congress makes laws. Congress. House of Representatives and the Senate. They make the laws. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Shut up talking to me, man. You don't know what you talking about. Absolutely no idea what you talking about. None.
Why I can't see him on my StreamYard? What happened?
I have no idea. He keep trying to box with God and his arms too short. He can't box with me. Leave me alone, dog. You don't know what you're talking about. It's okay too, because you've been misguided and misinformed because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You talk to me like I ain't a black man in America. Stupid. You stupid. I should be running for a congressional seat. I know so much about politics. I know how infrastructure works. I know how foreign policy works. I know how discretionary spending works. I know who passes bills. I know who holds the purse. I know who passed the laws. I know who signs bills into law. I know who reads precedent over laws being signed because there's 3 different branches of co-equal branches of government. You don't. You sitting here mouthing all shit you heard on Fox News. Shut your ass up talking to me, man.
All right, hold on. Jose says, how about because after us, they come for you?
Man, they been coming. When they
hold
stop coming after us?
Hold on.
Can I answer this one?
I don't want to chase homie away.
No. Can I answer this one?
I let me ask him. How would they come for black people? But go ahead, Healer.
When did they stop coming for us?
Thank you.
And
what do you mean?
Like, people don't understand something fundamental. We didn't just get freed from slavery. No, 200,000 black people picked up guns, fought, and won. They had to, because when it came man to man to fight, it didn't take that much black people to win the war. That's how it happened. It wasn't a gift. We fought. Well, black Americans fought for it and won it. So that's why they can't come for us. That's why they use subversive tactics to try to poison your food, your air, your water, kill you off, vaccines to weaken you.
That's a fact. And we're still here. But what do you mean, Jose? Come for us how? You act like we just been existing and they ain't been trying to systematically fuck us up since slavery, bro.
I got something else to add to that.
Go ahead.
Respectfully. Again, immigration, you can Google this, man. Google when immigration took off in America. Immigration took off in America right after the Civil Rights Act was passed. Because before that, America was allowed to be racist. If you were Asian and you came to America and you wanted a job, they could be like, fuck you, you yellow bastard, we're not hiring you. It's like that. And they did that to everybody. So when black people fought for it, a lot of people got behind black people. People who were smart. There were some Asians who got behind black people. There were some Latinos who got behind black people. Gays were smart. They jumped behind black people. Because right after civil rights was passed, civil rights should have been called black rights. But we shared it with everybody by
the problem right there, brother.
That's
the problem. And that's why I question with this dude, Felix.
They don't know. They just think we're lazy niggers. No, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome. Most of you people in America, your ancestors came here after 1965 because after the Civil Rights Act was passed, America was sweet. The pie was cooked and ready for the bacon. And most of it was supposed to be the black people. So they invited other people over so they can give them the pie. So you're actually you being here is a stumbling block to us. You were brought here as a group that is near white to prevent us from moving up. That's actually what it is.
Let me read this again for those of you who are late. Felix Tijarina. Let the Negro fight his own battles, declared Felix Tijarina, a Mexican-American civil rights activist. That term civil rights means the rights of all oppressed people. He just so happened to be Mexican-American. In Texas, and the national president of the League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC, 1957. He was responding to the suggestion by some LULAC colleagues that Mexican Americans ally with African Americans, and he said, "Our problems are not his. I don't want to ally with them." And 13 years later, a reverend said, "Now, F that. If you're going to disrespect us, talking about our kids smell bad and everything else, then I don't want to fuck with you either." So this is the cloth that y'all are cut from. And now y'all riding in LA. And some of y'all are looking towards us. Oh, y'all oppressed and we oppressed, so we need to join forces. No. You ain't want to join forces with us in 1957. You don't want to, fuck that.
Hey, Drew.
Why you want to join forces with us now? No, you want to use us. And it's not civil rights. It should have been black rights. Healer's absolutely right. We're good. Y'all good. Y'all have community. This Latin dude was just saying, "Oh, we're unorganized," and some of the shit he says is true. But you know what? Leave us to it. You're fine. Leave us to it, because we're gonna leave you to it, and it's fine. You got your own shit. And he said we have Nicaraguans and Ecuadorians. Let me tell you something, man. I grew up in New York. I've seen Puerto Ricans fight with Dominicans, fight with Ecuadorians, fight with cats from Peru.
Yeah.
They all are in the lunchroom arguing with one another. It's all Spanish to me, but only they know what dialect and where they're from. Venezuelan, Peruvian, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But you know what I always noticed? They all united when it was against somebody else that didn't speak Spanish. That's the truth.
Yep.
That's
Hey,
the
Drew,
truth.
you
And
hear something cold?
I've seen a Spaniard from Spain, blonde hair, blue eyes. He didn't like any of them. He didn't like any of them because they were the bastard kid. He said that's Christopher Columbus' fault. He want to run around and fuck everything.
Yep.
And now you got black and brown people speaking my language. Spain, Barcelona, that's the real Spanish. Go over there with Dominican Spanish and Venezuelan or Puerto Rican Spanish. They know exactly where you're from. Don't get mad at me. They know the difference. So they got some shit going on in their culture too. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Just like I ain't got nothing to do with this, man. Just like I ain't got nothing to do with that Russian Ukraine. I ain't got nothing. Leave me alone. I'm too busy dodging bullets in my country. I'm too busy being nervous when a cop pulls me over. I'm too busy with that shit. George Floyd just happened. Tamir Rice happened.
Drew,
you name it. Fernando Castillo, Latin name, but black man with dreads, executed in front of his girlfriend and the baby by an Asian American police officer for no fucking reason. So you goddamn right. We got our own shit, and we don't look for y'all to be marching in the street when something happens to us. Y'all look at us and fuck laughing. Y'all talking about, well, what the nigga do? Cops got a hard job. All that shit that white people say. So you know what? You chose a side, Proud Boy, Boogaloo Boys, who you all are today. So y'all deal with this, because we're not united and everything else. So y'all united. All your Latinos are united. He's deporting everybody, even Africans that are not supposed to be here. And my thing is this: there's a proper way to do shit. Didn't get it done.
Hello.
Out of here. This is not my problem, man.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example to compound what you just said. Okay, black people fought for diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they enacted diversity, equity, and inclusion policies in workforce, school, and pretty much everywhere. to stop discrimination, right?
Mhm.
And it pretty much covers everybody. If you're a minority, marginalized, you're handicapped, have PTSD, if you're a veteran, the whole nine. If you're a white woman, if you're this, who benefited the most from diversity, equity, and inclusion policies?
Can I
It
answer
wasn't
that?
black people. I'm gonna go ahead and ruin the question for you. It wasn't us. The number one was white women.
That's right.
Number two was white men. Number three were Latinos. Guess who was at the bottom of the list as usual?
Black women.
Black folks, period.
Mm-hmm.
So we always been in the middle, fighting. In the middle of just fighting and fighting and fighting for rights and fighting for equity and fighting for us to be left the fuck alone. Everybody else benefited from that. Black people finally got tired and we're setting our black asses at home. Like I asked y'all earlier, what y'all putting on the grill for Juneteenth?
Yeah, I ain't dealing with this shit. It's not my business.
It ain't.
Josie, I see you in the chat. I don't know. I really don't know what that is. She says there's a lot of racists in every color. That's not what I'm talking about. I already said I'm not putting this on all Mexicans. Because I know Mexicans right here in New York that say, hey, man, if I had to go through the proper channels to be here legally, I did that. Why couldn't they do it? If I didn't hop the fence, why did they hop the goddamn fence? If I come here and I don't break no laws, why are they breaking the fucking law? You understand? So that's what I'm saying.
You want to know the real play, Drew?
So, I mean, come on.
Drew, you want to know the real play, bro?
What's that?
The rich have convinced poor people that other poor people are the reason for their misfortune.
This is the play that they did before. They hated Irish people and they hated Italians, but you know what they told them?
Black codes put them on against us and on their side.
That's right. They said, you know what you got going for yourself? They said, what? You're white. They're not. And that's why you see all these movies, all the police officers in New York be Irish, right?
Right.
That's what they did.
That goes all the way back to slavery.
That's right.
How the Irish became white.
That's right.
They weren't always considered white.
Or the Italians were portrayed as mobsters, right? Now, why the fuck do mob families exist? But the Black Panther Party was goddamn eliminated. But meanwhile, the government took one system from them and assimilated it, like the government created it. Do y'all know what that is? Put it in the chat. I want to see if y'all paying attention. Do y'all know what the motherfucking government took from the Black Panther Party before they wiped them out? Sent Tupac bombs leaving the country. Do y'all know what they took?
Free lunches.
Yeah, thank you. The food program. Free lunches.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you guys, come on, man. Come on, man.
Look, hey, you know what, Drew? You know the sad thing about it is because so many people don't know real Black history, which is real American history. They'll continue to lie and lie and lie and pathologically lie and assimilate themselves to white supremacy so bad, so much so that they'll sell out their own people just so they can have some space at the table for white supremacists, so that they can actually feel like they're close to, you know what I'm saying? Because look at it, it's the welfare program. The first place you think of when you hear welfare is a Black woman. When statistically, according to the USDA, white people are the most on welfare more than any other race in this country.
Damn right.
Just
because
like
they're the
Charlie
majority.
Kirk could go around, just like Charlie Kirk could go around and say Black people are 13% of the population and commit 52% of the crime, which is a fucking lie. That's a lie. White people only dominate murders within each other because it's proximity. White men lead arrests and convictions in every other category known to man according to the FBI.
Talk to them.
Period. I'm talking about essaying kids, sex raping kids, raping women, raping everybody that'll move.
Mambla. What are those fools called? Mambla? Those guys?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Right.
Unbelievable.
But this is the thing though, Drew. They don't understand what game is being played in front of them, so that they can sit up here and side with white supremacy and think they got access to white supremacy And then right when they think they're getting close, just like the Cubans in Florida thought, Donald Trump and them white supremacists, they let them know real quick, you ain't one of us, and slam the door right in their face. And now they all got egg on their face and looking stupid. Now they want black people to come out and save them. Sit y'all asses at home. Sit at home. This is not our fight. Mind your black ass business. And I'm minding mine.
Y'all church going niggas, y'all we shall overcome niggas, y'all better not be out there marching with them. Cause listen, I'm just gonna say it, man. George Floyd got murdered and it was a public worldwide lynching. We all saw it. I want to know how many Mexicans marched with us. I'm just asking. And you know what? Let me be clear. I didn't look for them. I didn't. This is our business. I don't look for anybody to be on our side when something happens. Hell, I barely see niggas on the right side of shit. We out here cussing out and disowning Showbiz the adult for behaving in the fashion that he behaves in.
Facts.
Did he do any videos to speak out on George Floyd? Did he do any tweets on that? Say, oh, that's fucked up? No. Because he's a fucking coon.
Hey, how many Latinos beat the fuck out of George Zimmerman after he killed Trayvon Martin?
No, because when I saw the goddamn case, wasn't his father or something? Isn't his father like Latino or something? When they heard him screaming on the what is it? The audio.
Yep.
And they asked him, they said, who's that screaming? It's Yorgie. It's Yorgie. Yorgie. It's Yorgie. I was like, man, what? I saw a lot of Latinos celebrating that shit. Good, he got off. I said, I ain't gonna say nothing because you know why? I was saying typical. I don't trust you motherfuckers. I really don't. I trust y'all to be, and salute to all of y'all that are on the right side of things. Because I'm not putting all this on all of y'all. But I don't trust a lot of y'all that do this shit, like Felix Terina. Like I don't trust niggas like Showbiz. Why do you think in our culture, when I say quit acting light-skinned, motherfuckers get in their feelings? That means something. That means I don't trust you, nigga. I got a whole day dedicated to clowns, wolf in sheep's clothing, to the monkeys. It's called Monkey Tuesday. And I started a new one called Simeon Saturdays because as of late, you motherfuckers need 2 days.
Damn.
It's ridiculous.
They need a ninja sword for 2 days?
The two days.
2 days.
They've been on fire lately. The Charlos, Keyshawn, Showbiz. When the fuck does it end? I don't know. But you niggas need 2 days. You can't never in your life call me racist because I lean on my culture harder than all of y'all. I really don't give a fuck about anybody else. I really don't. But when y'all start doing shit like this, I'm like, it don't shock me. It really doesn't. How many times you been around someone and then they act out? You're like, well, shit, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Don't surprise me at all. At all. I trust people to be who the fuck they are. And again, let me say this. This is not all Latinos at all. Y'all see my brother Angel in the chat? Y'all see my brother Xavier that be in the chat? We talk about this shit all the time in Xavier. Xavier is not like this.
Nope, those are the ones I feel bad for.
Yeah, because they're the ones saying, man, why are they doing this? He feels like this, like how we feel when we see a nigga like Showbiz. Don't we be like, God damn, man?
Yep, but we openly hold our people accountable. That's why people don't like the LDBC, because we hold everybody accountable.
We hold everybody accountable.
Right.
You can't come over here and be like, yo, man, you saw what Tank did? I'm like, yeah. Oh, what you got to say about that? He's an asshole. Now what?
Fact.
Now what?
What do you want to know the wild thing about it, though, Drew? The wild thing about that, Drew, is Cono Loco is my brother. I'll ride for Cono Loco. That's my dog. He's Latino. That's my dog for real. That's my brother for real. You know what I'm saying? All it takes for him to do is call me and say, hey, Will, I need you. Where you at? That's it. That's all. That's it. You ain't got to ask no questions. You ain't got to ask me no questions. We'll talk about it after we done doing what we need to do. But bottom line, point blank, that's my brother. I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to you sellout, soft shoe, tap dancing, buck dancing Mexicans and Latinos who like to vote against yourselves and then want to cry, oh man, see, we're the blacks. No, we minding our business. Nope.
Yep.
You're not gonna use us as bullet bags no more. You're not gonna use us as doormats no more. You're not gonna use us for dragging us out here to fight for you to spit in our face again. Oh no.
Didn't this dude said get your popcorn ready?
Yep.
How about this? You got to have your popcorn ready when you're paying attention to something. This is not my business.
Nope.
I'm not paying attention. You know what I'm going to say, though? I wish y'all the best, however y'all choose to handle it. I'm not even telling y'all how to handle it. I'm just saying it looks bad on the outside because when I cut on the news, you're on American soil waving a foreign flag talking about hell no, we won't go. For a guy that you voted for, man. Now, when this dude named Jose comes in here and said, we're next, brother, we've been on the chopping block since the 1800s. Before that, what you mean? Do you mean deporting us? Guess what? I'm like, how many generations in? Where you going to send me? Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go?
We know where we come from, dog.
We don't even know. We don't know who we prayed to. We don't know nothing. We don't know anything about. We lost our religion. We lost our culture. We lost our God. Y'all motherfuckers know more about your lineage than we do. We got to do DNA tests and all shit. We're so diluted. What the fuck? And what we created here, all we want to do is create it and be left alone. And y'all come fucking with us. And then y'all create this bullshit. Trump is in office. A large portion of him being in office is your fault. And now he's kicking grandma out and you saying, well, black people. No, man. We're not your doormats. We're not your hired guns. We got our own shit to worry about. Get out of here, man. How about this? Y'all really going to be fucked up if in the middle of all of this, Donald Trump says, you know what? I'm going to cut the black community a check for slavery. And everybody that can go back to their great-grandparents that were here, because for me, it's only about 3 generations up. And on my mama and daddy's side, I know who were the slaves.
Me too.
And the check could be $500,000 for everybody. I'm just throwing a number out there. I don't fucking know anything. But cut me the check. And I bet you the trade-off is I'm going to cut you this check. Y'all mind your business while I get to work and deport these people. He don't even deporting y'all. He deporting the Africans. And watch how many white folk are going to start talking about, well, you know, my great-grandma slept with the bed wench. So technically, 50% of me, I need 250,000 of that 5,000. Because, you know, technically, you know, great-great-great-grandma was black. Watch how many niggas do that. They did it with the Native Americans. How many white boys said, bruh, hey, man, I'm Native American.
$5 Indian.
I'm going to build this casino. And I don't want to pay taxes on it.
Facts.
Y'all know about that?
$5
Y'all know about Donald Trump 30 years ago in court talking about, man, all these guys are white.
They
They're not Native American. Y'all remember that?
They don't even look Indian. That's what he said.
That's what he said about that white lady, too.
They don't even look Indian.
Like, we killed them, we know.
He was in there blowing spots. He was in there blowing their ass up. I was like, oh, that's funny as hell.
I laughed. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yep. I laughed.
I laughed about it. I said, sheesh. That's crazy. But everything that's happening to y'all right now, to the Mexicans that are mad at us, we're not doing this. We didn't vote for him. The majority of us didn't vote for him. This was y'all shit. And I ain't even getting on the black sisters. I'm not. DEI and like over 300,000 of y'all since January been laid off and shit. Y'all let the government, y'all let Uncle Sam infiltrate your household. Y'all traded us black men for him, Uncle Sam, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. We didn't do that shit. So y'all got to deal with that shit too. But we're talking about this thing happening in California with the Latinos. That's a whole nother show. Y'all deal with this, man. Y'all don't listen to us. We ain't shit. We're doormats. We're broke. We kill each other. Well, we're not in our kids' lives and all this shit. Yo, listen, y'all got it, man. The fuck you need our help for? You say get my popcorn out? Oh, fine. I don't know what I'm eating it for. How about this? You handle it, and I'll turn on the news one day, and Trump will come to his senses, and y'all stay here. Whatever it is y'all got this. The motherfucker done called the National Guard. He put ICE over there. I see y'all chasing ICE around. He sent the National Guard over there. Y'all chasing them around. Now he got Marines over there. I'm telling you, this nigga crazy.
I'm a Marine.
Crazy. It ain't
I'm
gonna
a Marine.
Before
just so they know that
somebody gonna get shot bad.
Yep.
While y'all throwing bricks and Molotov bombs and shit, somebody gonna throw a grenade in that crowd and kill 7 of y'all and mow y'all down. It's gonna turn into something else. Y'all are not gonna win this. But guess what? We've been there already. We've been hit with hoses and all kinds of shit. All that shit. Y'all probably laughed when you saw us getting hit with hoses in Chicago.
They dropped a bomb on a building in Philadelphia in 1985.
Come on, bro. They dropped a bomb in Philly, man. We've been there, done this already. We wasn't even doing what y'all doing.
Nope.
They dropped a bomb on our ass in Philadelphia.
We was asking for equal rights. That's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. You want to know something else, though, Drew? My grandfather fought in World War I and came back to Jim Crow America.
Man, so did my grandpops did too. World War I.
And me, his grandson.
He was in the Navy.
I was in the Marine Corps, 8 years sergeant. Fought in 2 combat excursions. So yeah, I think I know a little bit more.
Man, how many Black Wall Streets were ripped apart and we were taken out by airstrike?
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Airstrike on American soil. That is genocide.
It was a lot. Elaine, Arkansas, Ocollie, Florida, Rosewood, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia.
So when Jose comes in here and says you're next, bruh, we've been first, second. Come on, we've been living it every day. What you mean? You're now. They're just now getting to you, and y'all crying, man. Fight for yours. If you feel fighting is fighting law enforcement, good luck. I'm telling you. See, y'all didn't do history on us. You just think we complaining like you always do. You just think we complaining. If you looked up our history, look up Black Wall Streets. There was multiple. Okay? Look that up, what they did to us. And look at in 1985 in Philly, they dropped a bomb on a black neighborhood. So we've been dealing with this. And they're about to mow y'all asses down now. What y'all might want to do is find a more peaceful way to handle this shit. Because we wasn't even rioting like that back then. They were just fucking us up.
We organized.
We win next. Y'all are now. And y'all fighting in the streets. This ain't the way to do it, man. This orange motherfucker ain't playing with y'all. He's not playing. He will stop what he's doing with Putin and everything else and say, hold on, let me get these spics in check. And he gonna drop a bomb on your neighborhood. Just to shut y'all up. He don't care about no kids. He don't care about nothing. He'll come up with some shitty stat and say, I did that because they were in there in somebody's basement and scheming and plotting on how to overthrow the White House or whatever. And the white people will believe it. They'll believe it. I'm like, yo, there was someone scheming to blow up the White House. It wasn't going to get that far. But Fox News will tell you, oh, no, Mr. Trump said, yeah, and you know what? Y'all will be skull and bones. Don't play with this orange dude, man. That's my advice to you. If you're going to listen to me, listen now. Do not play with this dude. He's crazy. And he's in a position of power. Don't fuck with him. How you going to feel riding in the street? And while you're riding in the street, they'll be like, yo, wait, hold on. What you mean a bomb got dropped on my block? I left my kids in the house watching Cartoon Network. Nope. Smoking Crater now. Because of yo ass. You keep playing.
They better look at the tactics they used to destroy try to get us in line.
Yeah.
But one thing we had is persistence. We had grit. We had heart. We had courage. That's one thing that they can't ever take away from black folks.
We got over 150 years of dealing with this shit. We are experts. We are experts.
Certified.
Not everyone's smart, but we are experts at survival. Y'all are just now in 2025 feeling this. And this is the funny part. This is one big self-inflicted wound. Because if this motherfucker Felix Terrina, if he sided with us back then, we probably wouldn't have a problem now. because we be together, united in abundance. But y'all chose to do shit on your own. So deal with this. And I would advise y'all not to be riding in the street waving a foreign flag. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But don't look at us when we look at you and shake our head like, yo, that ain't it. You know why?
Nope.
We're experts. We've been there and done this already.
Facts.
We've been here before. And because you didn't listen to us and voted this dude in here, now you're dealing with it. Now it's hurting your heart that y'all gotta come back and say, oh, well, it's the black. The black don't want to side with us. No. But you might want to, you didn't counsel with us at least? Because I'm sure there's some Christians that'll tell you, you know what you don't do is start fighting law enforcement. What you don't do is start fighting ICE when they come to snatch someone up. Because what's the bottom line? The law states that Miguel is not supposed to be here. He got to go. That's what the president says. If you hide Miguel, if you shelter Miguel, and if you fight them when they're trying to get rid of Miguel, you become an accessory. And they will fuck you up. Why do you think you're going to fight the U.S. military and win? Why do you think that? Why do you think with the stroke of a pen and a vote from Congress, he will get a law passed to temporarily blow y'all asses up to generate compliance? Why do you think he can't get that done? Why do you think that? Y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead and play with this orange freak if you want to. You go ahead. You go ahead. But that's Drew Titan's advice. Stop this. Stop burning shit. Stop throwing bats and bricks at the post. Stop, man. I know where this. I know how this ends.
They want them to be violent. They want them to be. That's what they doing all this shit for. Why do you think they out here kidnapping kids and women at immigration court and men at immigration court and at Home Depot? Why do you think they doing that? They doing that to incite violence out of them, to give them an excuse. Trump is a master at creating chaos when there ain't none. Yep. He's looking for them to do it. He's wanting you to do it. He's thirsting for you to do it.
Reason.
And as soon as you do it, that's gonna be the moment he busts y'all ass to the white meat.
Yep. Just give me your reason. You remember that song? Just give me your reason. He's singing that right now. He likes this shit. He ain't dropping no bombs on a foreign land right now. He thirsty. And I'm telling you, he is going to beat y'all ass. Y'all are not gonna, I don't know what way, y'all winning these mini battles. The war is gonna end with his boot on your goddamn neck. Do y'all know what happened during the World War with Japan? You know, they rounded up, y'all know George Takei, Sulu, the original Sulu from Star Trek? The pillow biter that he is. No cap, he's a pillow biter.
He is that.
He got rounded up. He was Japanese. They said anybody in Japan that's Japanese, I don't care if you're Japanese America, Japanese American. You know they put them in camps right here on our soil? He was a part of that. George Takei. They're not playing with y'all. They're not playing with y'all. Telling you.
Hey, Drew, let me clear something up because I see some people in the chat saying some misinformation again, and I gotta stop it. Number one, every immigrant in this country, whether they're legal or illegal, have the right to due process. You talk about Obama deported millions of people. That's because Obama followed the law. He gave everybody a chance at due process, and that's how it went. Donald Trump ain't doing that. He ain't giving these people the right to due process under the Constitution, Article 1, Article 4, and Article 14. He's not giving them any. If you're on American soil, you have the right to be in front of a lawyer. He's not doing that. He don't care. Kristi Noem does not care. They're just rounding up people. That's kidnapping. They're grabbing these people. Some of these people have temporary protected status because we're an asylum nation. That's the reason why. Trump said, fuck that. You're all getting out of my country now with no due process. So when he went and campaigned on deporting all these illegals, he was talking about deporting the illegals who have committed crimes or have a violent past or whatnot. He's not arresting those people. He's going to immigration court where people are trying to get legal citizenship. He's going there and stealing them from court. That's what he's doing. He's breaking the law. He's violating the Constitution. That's what he's doing. It's about consistency. Barack Obama was consistent. He followed the law. Trump ain't. That's the difference. Sorry, Drew. Sorry about that, Drew.
No. It's important that we understand certain things, and that's very important, man. And I see you, Aliko. I see you, brother. I'm multitasking right now. But I ain't gonna chew y'all heads off, man. I just wanted to get this out because I when I do turn on the news, I get frustrated sometimes, and the social media. See a lot of people complaining. The good part about social media is that everyone can do it, but that's also the bad part. And that's where you get a lot of misinformation. You get a lot of people that got their personal feelings, like that fool on its TikTok. And that TikTok was last year. And I'd love to see how he's handling this, because it's gotten progressively worse. And one thing I will say is you could be mad that people are clowning, man. Black people clown, man. Listen, when Devin got cheated by Ryan Garcia, when Wilder got cheated by Tyson Fury, there was a lot of memes and there was a lot of niggas doing it. That's just something we deal with. So now with this situation, which is all relevant, he got mad because there's a lot of black people saying, not my problem. Well, look, man, what makes a joke funny is when there's an element of truth in it. And the truth is, this is really not our problem. But if y'all learned anything from us, or if y'all too arrogant to learn something from us, y'all just talk about us complaining and making excuses for every goddamn thing. If you really know our history, like you say you do, you will look at what we went through and how we persevered over years and years of being oppressed and how we're dealing with it till this day. You didn't learn shit, but you sure are crying about it. And we're looking at it like, well, you know what? We know exactly how we'd handle this shit. And let me give you some food for thought. There are Africans that don't line themselves with African Americans. Not all of them, but I know of Africans that come here off a boat and they don't fuck with us. And they're getting deported now. And what do I hear? Hey, brother. Hey, ula. Hey, brother. Nope. Get your ass back to Ghana, wherever the fuck you came from. You wasn't fucking with me when you got here. So I'm cool. Because your ass didn't listen. So you ain't want to listen to us. These Latinos ain't want to listen to us. The Asians ignored us. Everybody don't want to fuck with us. But we've been here the whole time scratching and surviving. Good times. Listen to that song. All of that was tragic in that song. But at the end of it, what did you hear? Good time. Hanging in the Johnny. Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Layoffs. Good times. In other words, we know how to scratch and survive. Ain't we lucky we got them? You know why? Because it made us fucking tough. And what y'all should have learned from us is how to scratch and survive and move around. You don't know what the fuck you doing. We do. And don't get mad at us because we're just so we're so detached from that shit. 1956, Felix Tejerina said what he said. And y'all lived by it. Not all of you. Not all of you. I'm not putting this on all of y'all. But a bulk majority of your people did. So now this is happening to y'all. Don't get mad because a few assholes, listen to my language, a few assholes are laughing at you. Don't get mad. I'm not joining in that. I don't think this is right. That must be a tragic thing. Grandma, 80 years old, she been here the whole time, ain't bothering nobody. She might have worked a full job. And she raised her daughter who had you, and now Trump is in office. And because you said Latinos for Trump, now grandma got to leave because, Grandma Rodriguez, she ain't got no green card. She been here how long? No, bro. Guess what? She got to go back to Tijuana. No! Yes. Dial it back. Latinos for Trump. Y'all did this, man. And y'all looking around and saying, you know what? This is your fault. Huh? We didn't do anything. We didn't vote for him. Well, you should be helping us because you was oppressed too. You should know. Yeah, exactly. Y'all should have known. 1956, you ain't want to align with us. So we left you alone. So what the fuck you want me to help? No, y'all got it. We cool,
Hey, Drew.
man. Y'all go ahead.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Let me get Rick together for real quick. Let me get Chief Rick together, because good God, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. Let me give you a timeline. 1917, they passed the Immigration Act of 1917, which required all immigrants age 16 or over to demonstrate how they can read. Then they had the Quota Acts. The Emergency Quota Act was the part of the Immigration Act of 1924. Then they turned around with the United Nations being established in 1945. Then they had the Presidential Directive of Displaced Persons. Then they had the Displaced Persons Act of 1948. Then they had the most monumental bill in 1952, was the Immigration and Neutrality Act, which is the INA. It does not say nowhere in those laws that being an immigrant here, coming here illegally, was a federal crime. It's a civil crime. It is not. Lawyers have already went over this throughout court. In every court you can go to, ask any lawyer on any bar association that being an illegal immigrant is not a federal crime whatsoever. It's an equivalent of getting a parking ticket. It's a civil crime. It's not. So stop telling that lie and misinforming people. Stop. It is not. I'm giving you the laws you can go look up and Google yourself. As a matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I'll give you a good source to where you can go read it yourself, instead of in here telling lies to people. Click on that and go read it. Stop misinforming people. You already misinformed enough. That's no facts. You just on here just saying propaganda you heard on Fox News. When Fox News got sued for $787 million for lying. Stop.
Damn.
Stop. Stop listening to Fox propaganda. Stop listening to right-wingers. Learn real sources and methods like I did. I don't read off news websites. I go to the source. That's it right there. This is all I do every fucking day, is look up sources and methods and find real research to real laws, that real precedent, real case precedents. I look at depositions all day long. And people in here trying to argue like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I literally got a channel dedicated to talking politics because I know what I'm talking about. Like I said before, I could be in a Senate seat. I could be in a congressional seat because I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know how to discuss law. I know case law. I've done case studies. I know all this shit. I'm just telling you, I don't know it all, but I guarantee you I know a lot more than you do. Stop misinforming people. Being an illegal immigrant in this country is not a federal crime whatsoever. It's a civil one. There's a difference. That's all I got to do. I'm sorry. I just can't let nobody be in here misinforming people, because that's a lie. Coming here illegal does not mean that you committed a federal crime. You did not. Hell, then why ain't Elon Musk in jail? Why ain't Melania Trump in jail? Because she came here on an Einstein visa saying that she spoke 7 different languages, and that bitch is dumb as a rock. And the reason how Trump found her was through Jeffrey Epstein. But you don't want to talk about that now, do you? Nope. Boy, stop trying to talk like you talking facts and you ain't. You full of shit.
How weird is it that we saw a first lady naked?
Yeah, that's weird.
How weird is that? That's crazy, man.
She was a call girl. That's the truth. She was a call girl. He cheated on Marla Maples with Melania Trump. He met Melania Trump through Jeffrey Epstein at a party. Those are facts. Facts don't care about my feelings. Don't care about yours. These are facts. I like to delve in fact, dog. That's what we do here at the LDBC. We delve in fact with receipts. And I just gave you a receipt right there. There you go, Rick. Now go read that while you over here lying to the people in this chat. Don't be misinforming these people here, man. They already been misinformed enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that. Like, listen, I don't know everything. I'm not well-rounded politically. I know some shit, and I like to keep it simple here. This to me right here is common sense. Since 1956, this is the route they followed. So what did I do? I just mind my damn business. In every black tragedy this country's ever had, I want to ask you, how many Latinos marched with us? There's probably some, But in abundance, no, they haven't. And guess what? I'm telling my black brothers and sisters, don't look for them to, because this is our business. It's none of theirs. I don't expect anyone to help us because we've always been by ourselves. I get annoyed when black people are not on code. You hear me talk about it every day. Every day. Not once did you hear me say, oh man, and the Latinos don't. No, I don't look for them. I mean, if they do, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? If they do, that's fine. That's cool. But what I'm saying is I don't look for it. Because we by ourselves, all we got is us. I appreciate the help. But all we got is us. I don't look for it. Now, I don't understand why some of these, the Mexicans, in LA right now, they've been on social media talking hella shit. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck did we do? This ain't us. We didn't do anything. Why are you coming for us? You know what this is like, bro? 9/11 happens. And there's no other way to say this. 9/11 happens. Right? Everyone knew who it was. The government told Bush for a long time, look, there's a guy named, Ben, I don't want to say his name because, social media is crazy. But they was telling this fool, look, you got to watch this guy. 9/11 happens. What does he do? He goes get Saddam Hussein. What? Why would you do that? He had nothing to do with what was going on. And when they eliminated him, that's when as crazy as he was, he had all that shit in the Middle East under control. You removed him and it got crazier. That's what happened. That's the easy version. But that's what happened. I was here for it. I'm like, wait a minute, what did he do? Leave him where he is. Leave him where he is. That's like somebody roasting you and you getting mad. And instead of getting mad at the person that's roasting you, you look at the dude just standing there and you say, what you looking at? Huh? I ain't had nothing to do with it. Everyone else is standing here. Why are you looking at me? And now we got a mess.
Drew.
Yep.
Dude, I literally just posted a link from the United States Citizenship and Customs Office, which is a government agency that gives you an exact timeline of how immigration and pathway to legitimization of citizenship in America is established. And these clowns are still in here arguing with me. Lord have mercy. Our people are fucking lost, bro. They fucking lost, bro. Like, for real. This is why I do it. This is why I do this. Is because people are still misinformed. They want to hear what the fuck they want to hear instead of what facts is. Go to any court whatsoever, and see if illegal immigration is a felony.
Yeah,
go see.
It gets.
Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and stay lost. Stay lost. Because, like I said, I cite sources not from news organizations because I know who they're paid for. They're paid by billionaires to misguide and mislead and fear people and scare people in the fucking submission. I get that. I understand that. I understand that play a long time ago. I cite sources from the actual fucking place that deals with whatever I'm talking about. If you want to take the information, cool. If you don't want to take the information, that's on you. Stay lost. I don't care. That's on you. But don't be trying to misinform everybody else. Keep that shit to yourself. You got the information. It's right there in front of you. You can go look at the information. It's right there. From the USCIS. That is the United States Customs, Immigration and Enforcement. That's them. They do that. That's what they do. Lord have mercy, bro. Lord. I tell you what, Drew, one thing I learned from this whole politics stuff, black folks don't know shit about politics at all. At all. They too busy still trying to figure out if they Indians or not. Nah, bro. Come on, bro. Man, our people are fucking lost, bro. And we got all this information. We got a wealth of information right in front of. It's called dissemination. You got a wealth of knowledge right in front of you that you got access to, and you still won't look at it. You still won't watch it. You still won't go and look at it.
Well, I'll say this. We have to use the internet for what it's for, and we have to research it properly. When you can go to the government and cite the actual source, and it could be broken down, so it could be, explained properly. And listen, sometimes people can, and I'm not taking shots at anybody, please. Sometimes you can read something and it can be in such legalese that you don't understand it, and it's okay if you don't understand something and get it figured out. Y'all ever read something in legalese? I'm not even going to hold you. Some of it, if you're not used to seeing it, some of it is very difficult to understand. Sometimes some of these laws are written in a way that, because a lot of it is the old English, and you won't understand it, in which you have to hire a lawyer to translate the shit for you. So I understand that. But again, I don't know everything. That's why I asked Trill Will to come on here. I don't know everything. So I needed him up here for the political aspect. I needed Healer up here for the historical aspect. And I'm just keeping it simple. That's why I reach out to my brothers, because I love them and I don't know everything. So you got the political aspect, you have the historical aspect, and me, that plus Trailwell plus Healer equals me with the common sense. I'm keeping it simple. The simple is I'm looking at this year's and this dude Felix, and I'm saying, okay, back then they didn't want to fuck with us. So they didn't want to fuck with us then. They didn't want to fuck with us now. They mad at us for no reason. Fine. Y'all got it, man. I'm staying out the way. That's it. That's it. I'm cool on all of this. So if y'all want to talk to Trill Will about this in depth, my brother Rick C and the brother Jose that was here, and the other brother that was here, I forget his name, but I wrenched him because I didn't want no one to block him. Y'all can go to Trill Will and have this conversation. And y'all could talk to him and chop it up, and y'all can compare notes. All I'll say, in my opinion, and this is just me, and sometimes you have to learn this growing up, and I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm just saying, never be wrong and strong, because the truth is good enough for me. If I think it's one thing and Trill Will says, nah, it's not that, I'm like, nah, I really think it is. And he shows me the documentation. What do I always say, y'all? Documentation beats conversation. I would rather be corrected so I don't sound like an asshole. Because when you're wrong and strong, it makes you look a certain way. You know what I mean? So I don't mind being corrected. I'm always learning. I'm like a sponge. You feel me? So with that being said, I'm gonna bring a close to the show. Y'all see Trill Will's link in the chat. Go subscribe to my brother Healer. Healer, put your link in the chat for me, please. And I'm gonna monitor this thing. We don't, black people, in my opinion, we don't have anything to do with this. We don't have anything to do with what's going on in the Ukraine and Russia. It ain't got nothing to do with us, because we're dealing with our own bullshit here daily. We're at war every day. This is just something else. And I'm just looking at this like, yo, this ain't nothing new to us. You don't know how to handle it? You should be asking us, how do we handle this? And the first thing I would tell you is, how about stop fighting the law? Round up your leaders, because one thing I will say is that I would assume that the Mexican, the Mexican Americans, I'm sure they got some community leaders. I'm sure. Go to them. Ask them how to handle this. One thing you don't do, like how they say, oh man, that black guy got his neck broke because he was resisting arrest. I've heard that bullshit before too. How about this? Why don't y'all stop resisting? Because you know what the bottom line is? If Miguel's here illegally, he got to go. He has to follow the laws of the country. And if y'all don't like it, y'all need to create reform. Y'all got to march. Y'all got to peacefully protest. Y'all got to get lawyers and try and get some change going. But unfortunately, y'all are subject to abide by the laws of the land. by way of the dude that you put into that goddamn White House. We have nothing to do with it. With that being said, closing words, gentlemen. Trill Will, salute, man. Closing words.
Hey, salute to you, big bro. You already know it's a pleasure. I'm telling y'all, do research. Research over me search. I don't care if you agree with me or you disagree with me. Have facts to back you up. Like every time y'all say, I literally just went and pulled all the stuff y'all talking about illegal immigration. I just literally showed you. I'm telling you, I've done extensive research about this stuff, this whole topic, and I know what I'm talking about. I want y'all to get just as educated, if not more educated than me. So learn, please learn, and then look at real history. Start researching real history in America. Start doing it. It works, trust me. All y'all, every last one of y'all who watch, who hear my voice, who hear Drew's voice, and who hears Focus's voice, go and research. Learn the real history. That's why I admire Focus Ball, because he knows so much history. It's amazing just to listen to him talk about it. He got me hungry for learning history. And I've been learning so much since I started following him. So yeah, go ahead and do your thing. Learn history. I be on my channel pretty much every other day, if not every day, talking politics. Trill Will LDBC or nothing. Salute to you, Drew.
Salute, brother, and thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Healer, salute. You there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Excellent, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming
Of course. You have a blessed night. Salute.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so that's the show, guys. And salute to everybody, the Venmo, Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Listen, when you talk about real life and politics, it can get a little edgy. I understand that. I don't tell people how to run their channel or how to talk or whatever. Look, if the political realm can get very, very touchy, which is why I don't do it much. But you got to understand, I stand firm on what I'm talking about here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I love everyone. That's how I was raised. But as it pertains to this ain't got nothing to do with me, man. It really don't. And I get offended when those other cultures come for my culture, like we have a responsibility. Okay. This guy, Felix, was a civil rights leader for his people, though. He didn't want to align with the Negro. He said, no, they're by themselves. And never forget, in the 60s, while we was fighting for civil rights, real civil rights, they were fighting for the right to be white, which is why Mikey Garcia got beat up by Errol Spence. He went to the hospital. And when they asked about his ethnicity, he said he was white. You understand? So there it is. So salute to y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video. Another fruitful episode of Pep Talk. I need everyone to stay safe. And salute to everybody in the Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, the Super Chat. I will be live tomorrow in the AM. And y'all make sure y'all have a blessed night, man. Y'all take it gently.
The Painful Excellence Podcast.